Perfect. All right. This is our team call, and we're going to talk today about Emerald in 24 hours. And I am excited about this because this is how and when you start your business. Emerald is 100% a decision. It's when you, perfect, thank you. It's when you get to have two people join you for the best time ever. So much fun. Okay. So sorry. Oh my goodness. So yesterday, I'm going to date this a little bit. Yesterday, we got home from our Success Club trip. There we go. Now we have light. You can see me. It's not so dark. And I still work. So I went to work today. Who does that? I don't know. Poor planning, but I did it. And that's okay because this business has changed my life from the inside out. And I'm so, so grateful to be here to hopefully help you start your business and start you on the right track. So if we've not met, I am Andrea Stevens, and it's so nice to meet you. And if you are my coach and you're on here, hello. I'm so glad that you're here and that you're going to learn, and hopefully you learn something new, and it inspires you to say, you know what, I can do this, because I was sitting where you are 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I didn't think, or I didn't even really understand the possibility that I could have a business. I was a coach, and I was a coach for the discount, and I would watch other amazing people, the ladies that you hear from on our open house and on other team calls, and I would listen to them and just be in awe of them and think, gosh, I wish I could do that. And then one day I thought, why can't I do that? So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to share with you, what my coach shared with me. And really, it's just about making that happen. And you can do it, because if I can do it, I am naturally an outgoing introvert. And there are many of us on this team who are. So if you think like, oh, I'm an introvert, I can't do that. Me too. Me too. And COVID has made me more of an introvert, that I'm like, oh, I have to talk to their faces. It scares me a little bit, but you can do this. So, and you get better at it. And at first it's a little scary, but everything is at the beginning, but it is 100% worth it when you just go all in. So we have some slides to run through. So stick with me. I'll try and not draw them out. And being that we just got home, don't be surprised if my kids pop in. I hope that they give us time, but mommy just got home from work and from the Dominican. So here we go. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, don't worry about that. They were trying to talk me into getting a dog. Okay, so Emerald in 24 hours. What is Emerald? Emerald is the first rank of our business when we decide, like, yes, I'm going in, and you can do this in 24 hours. I personally had a coach do this last month, and she hit Emerald within a week. It was amazing. And then her coach hit it within a week. And it was really, they just decided. So if you haven't already, if you don't have this information saved, please take a screenshot of this, write it down. It's easier if you take a picture, and then you can put it in your phone or save it, whatever, later. So on Mondays, we have team calls. They alternate. So we'll have like a new coach call or an open your business call, or like tonight I'm doing our Emerald in 24 hours call. But on Wednesdays, one thing that does not change is our open house. And our open house is where you can invite your prospects, whether they are to fitness and nutrition aspect and all the things that we have to offer, or to the business side of things and possibly a preferred customer membership. So they can get all the details about that right there in the concise information dump. If maybe you've been on one, you know what it is. Okay, so again, the benefits of hitting Emerald. One, it's your first rank. It brings momentum, and it's so exciting when you hit that and you're like, I'm an Emerald, I'm an Emerald. When your status doesn't say coach anymore, you've hit that first benchmark, and it really just signifies that you are opening a business. You're not here just for the discount. You're here to help others and inspire people. The other amazing thing is once you hit that rank, Beachbody will send you customers and leads. So those people that are watching the infomercials are now, like, you can hear Carl on the radio, and he'll be like, we have Beachbody on demand. Those people who decide like, oh, I want to order that at 3 a.m., they're going to go into your business. You will see them in your back office. So you start to get those leads as you hit Success Club consistently. They send you more. The other thing is, bear with my voice, I'm so sorry, is that you start to receive team cycle bonus, which means it's not just what you do that builds your income, but what your team does. So the better that your team does, the more goes into your bank account. It's wonderful. It's so exciting. Sometimes, of course, insert disclaimer, Beachbody does not guarantee any form of payment, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes for me, my retail that people purchase from me is smaller than my team. So wrap your head around that. Sometimes what I do is, like $30. And then you look at your team cycle bonus, you're like, hey, they're doing amazing. So the better your team does, the better that you do. Okay. So what is Emerald Rank? I've said it multiple times. It's your first advancement in your business. It's you plus 2. That's what you need to do. It's you plus 2. Now, we are not a pyramid scheme. They are illegal. So that's not even on the thing. But just like I explain it to people, I have a boss still. I still work for a dentist, and she has people who work for her. Well, in this, so we go under her. But in this, I just think of it as your mom and your sister, and Christina's my mama, and I'm her baby. So, and I think of it like that. So we have a right and a left, just like a family tree. This is your family tree that you're creating. You have a right and a left leg, and you want them to be balanced that way. And so you have to have one person on each leg. And all 3 of you have to be an active coach, or you could also put a preferred customer there. Now, this was made before that came about, so that option's not on there, but it is true. And then your personal volume is what is how much people purchase or you sell in your own business center. So that will come into play as we talk about compensation. Good? I hope so. If you have questions, please drop them in the comments, and I'll try and look for that. So if you need to, screenshot this, because I know it seems like a lot of information, but basically you have a right and a left. You have a strong leg and a weak leg. Your strong leg is the one that you share with your coach. So that's an easy way to look at it. And when you look in your online office, you'll be able to tell which one's your weak and your strong leg. More than likely, it's the bigger number when it shows you your volume. A PS coach is a personally sponsored coach. This is someone that you put on your team, and everyone that you put on your team counts towards your rank advancements. And then downline coaches are people that are in your downline. So that could be your coach's coach, and we're all in the same downline. So for me, I think of it as we're all in the same family tree. We're all family, but maybe this one's your sister. This one's your cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you do. we're all connected. We're all on the same downline. We're all still in the family tree. They just may not be your personally sponsored. So your personally sponsored is people who you sign up with you, who are your coaches. So I hope that makes sense. Placement. Okay. So your coach will be automatic. Oh, so yes, Beachbody automatically assigns you a side, but you have control over this. I change mine to alternate, or if I'm building one leg or another. So, but for this, you won't have to worry too much until it comes to your second coach. So the first thing you need to do is sign up your first coach. Yay. And then Beachbody will automatically place them on a leg. The other one easy way to hit this rank is to, let's say you sign your best friend up. Well, you can hit that emerald by signing up a spouse, or maybe your mom or your sister or brother or someone in a family member who is like, hey, I want to support you on this new journey. I'm going to be here for you. And so that would help you hit that. And it's up to you. People debate if you put your spouse on your strong leg or if you put your spouse on your weak leg. But you can change the preferred placement. But once they've been there for 72 hours, you cannot move them. Okay, that is important. You cannot move them. But let's say someone signs up and you don't know it, you can have them moved within that window allotment. You can switch them to help you be where you want them to be. Okay, so, but you do want to make sure that you're placing them correctly, and you just want to choose right or left. Don't choose in the middle, right or left. You only have right and left leg, and you only have a right and left leg in Beachbody. That's all. Oh, there we go. So why sign up your spouse? I know at first it may seem, there we go. I'm trying to make this bigger. It may seem, overwhelming. Like, I just signed myself up. Why am I going to sign my spouse up? Well, if you put your spouse in early and you decide that, one, you're going to hit emerald faster, okay, because you're going to hit that, and that makes you closer to diamond, and financially it just makes sense. Well, what can you do? One, you have sole control over their account. You can build their account too. After you build yourself to diamond, you can think about building them. So what does that do? That makes that leg that whoever they're on stronger, because it's you building yourself. Does that make sense? Because you're still going in the same, it's all going in the same bank. Hopefully it's going in the same bank. So you have control over that. So it's like you have a second income. You can franchise yourself before you're in a position to franchise yourself through Beachbody. It gives you a second business center. Okay. So when you're ready, you can just take off and run their center too, and you'll be earning double, because you will earn from yourself. What you're doing, you're going to earn from you, which is pretty amazing. Okay. So, so there you go. That's why we build our spouse. A family member or a friend, this is what you say. You know, I want you to make a list of your top people. I would do 25, 50 people. And I know you may be sitting there thinking, I don't know that many people. You do. Look in your Facebook, look in your phone, actually look in your phone first, because the phone, those are the people who you are deeply connected with. If you struggle, once you get down to like 60, 100 people, start going in your Facebook. You know that many people. Who are your biggest fans? Who's your best friend? Who would you call if you're like, hey, I need your help. Can you help me out with this? Who would love a discount on Shakeology or our amazing programs? Or that you could say, hey, I just started the 4-week gut protocol. I want and I need support doing this. Would you do this with me? Those people, the people that can be your accountability partners, who's going to do anything for you no matter what. Now, when I first started, I was so excited and I just would sign everybody up. Like, if you said yes, I'm like, yes, be on my team. And I still feel like that. I'm so excited when people say yes, I'm excited for them. But I want you to consider something else. Having just come off this trip, I will tell you, there's not a person that I don't love on that trip. Like, our team was there and such a wonderful presence. And we are family. We are family without being blood family. And I want you to think about, who would you want to go on vacation with? Who would you want to sit and have coffee with on a Sunday and chit chat about things and also help build your dream life together? Who would those people be? Because I spent the last 4 days with those people, and I know that I can go to them with anything. They only one was my personally sponsored coach, but I know that all those people, because of who their coach is and who signed them up, we all have the same passion, the same dream. I mean, similar dreams, not the same, but similar. We want to help others and we want to share that passion. And when you build a team like that, that is game changing. When you're like, yes, I know that I love my team. That is who you want on your team. So think about that. Okay. So don't overcomplicate it. We don't need that. Okay. So your team cycle bonus, here is a little bit more of monetarily brass tacks. So you can find the whole compensation plan in your online office, but this is it broken down. So Emerald is the U plus 2. So the first 2 on your team. So when you do that, you're going to cycle $14 each cycle. So what that means is, if you have a 2-to-1 ratio, so let's say it's $100 on one side of PV and 50 PV on the other, you're going to divide that until you can't divide anymore. So however many cycles that is, you multiply, let's say it's times 2. So you cycle twice, then you have $28. You just made $28 based on you plus your 2. And then a Ruby coach is the next benchmark, which is the 2 coaches. And then, let me think about this. Wow, I'm tired. These 2 coaches go Emerald, and then you have 2 more under you. Okay. So that's Ruby. And then you cycle at $16 a cycle. And then Diamond is $18 a cycle. So you get better and better at that the more you do it. Okay. So there you go. You want to build an Emerald City. And that's what I think about. That's how I think about it. Everyone wants to go Diamond. And that's awesome. It is amazing when you hit that benchmark. That is like, woo! But what you can do is help your coaches go Emerald. Emerald doesn't seem as scary. And if you build Emerald coaches, you're going to be building a huge downline and you're creating volume. And that volume is it's what builds your business. It's what puts the green in the bank. It is what builds a team. When you have people who want to see each other succeed, that's a team. We've all been on teams where there's like the star player. That's great. But I want everyone playing on my team. I want my teammates to succeed. And we do that by helping each other go Emerald. Okay. Because U plus 2, that doesn't seem so scary. You can do that. And then you help your coaches do U plus 2. So this is an example of Lisa Mahaje's team cycle bonus. And on here, you can see where at the top, this is in 2009. So you have the retail commission of $149 and her team bonus was 19. And that's pretty much how all of us start, where you're going to do a lot of work. You're going to put effort, let's say a lot of effort into it. And at this point, she probably didn't have a very big team. She's making $19 a cycle, or maybe not a lot happened that week. You don't know. Okay. And then we jumped to 2010. Well, she did 226. But then her team bonus, look at that, 612. Okay, that's a big difference from December of 19, 8 months later, because she started doing the U+2. And then you also get other bonuses if you sign people up as a coach, and for their first time, their first order, they get a challenge pack, you get a fast start bonus. And there's other ways to earn than just commission in your team, but it breaks it down there. And again, here's in 2011, $59 that week, which is cool. That's probably like some Energize and Hydrate and I don't know, some resistance bands or something. And then look at her team bonus, $936. Now, again, here's our disclaimer. Beachbody does not guarantee any success level. Okay. So you have to disclose that when you're talking about income, our income statement. And it is true. It's how much effort you put into it. It's how much time, and it's really how much consistency. It is being consistent that is the game changer. Okay. So, but being consistent in your first 2 years of like, or, however long it takes you, when you are consistent, that is when that ball starts rolling, and it'll pick up quick. Okay. So how do we do this? How are you invited? How are you invited to this journey? Well, I know that I talk to my friends, and I share honestly, and I share openly, and I say, hey, I have this, we're doing this. I would love if you would join me. And there are scripts, and we can share them if you need them. I'll put some of them. If you look in the Dream Extreme or in the United Coach, there are some in the files. But really, I talk like I talk to my best friend. Hey, how are you? How was your vacation? How was spring break? I'm having a new spring group. I would love for you to do this. And think about what made you want to do this. Why were you like, yes? Most people, it takes a couple times for them to say yes. If you think about commercials, they run sometimes the same commercials over and over again. It's that exposure that you're like, man, I got to go get that. I got to go get me that mix bike. I keep seeing it. So it's asking and reaching out wholeheartedly and saying, this is what it is. I would really love for you to do this. If it's not the right time now, you follow up with them. Okay. But no matter what, reaching out, following up, making that happen. So where do you invite them? Invite them to the open house. It's a perfect platform for you to do that. And you don't have to have all the answers. Often we think before we decide to run our business, we have to have all the answers, and we really don't. And I talked about this this week on our trip, that like in our coaching sneak peek, that coaches are people who are learning along with you. Do I know some things first, or have I done things? Yes. You've probably completed a program or two, so you do have some knowledge under your belt, but that doesn't mean, and even if you haven't, that's okay, because you will learn. And if you don't know, your coach knows, and you can use those third-party tools, our open house, other third-party tools, to share that knowledge. You don't have to have all the answers. So this is the perfect place to do that, to invite them to our info group every Wednesday night, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and you send them there. And of course, following up. So, okay. So this is the consistency part. There's one on here that I love the most, and I'm going to tell you which one it is. So the first things first, two a day. 2 people you add to your list. You want to be growing your list of contacts every day. And really, you can add 2 people a day that you can say, oh, I just found this person. I haven't talked to them since high school, but I'm going to send them a friend request, or I'm going to follow them on Instagram. 2 exposures that you share. Maybe you share your transformation, or you talk to someone at work. I'm a hygienist by trade. So I talk to people at work. They're like, oh, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, I went and taught a class. I teach group fitness on the weekends, or oh, I hung out with some of my girlfriends that are on my team. And you just have honest, open conversations and then follow up with those people the next day. So when you do that and that follow up, and then you're like, oh, how are you? I'd love for you to join our open house. It starts, it's Wednesday night. I hope to see you there. We'll have prizes. I'm really excited to hear what you have to say about it. When you're following up, it shows them, one, you're just not mass blasting invites. We've all been blasted with like, hey, have you tried this? Hey, have you tried this? Hey girl, so you want to be genuine and follow up with them and be like, hey, I really enjoyed talking to you yesterday. I hope to see you there. Or what are your thoughts on this? Did you get a chance to watch this video? Those follow-ups are key. And that's really going to move your conversation, your momentum with building your team when you follow up. Now, this last one, it took me a minute to do it. Don't let it take you a minute. I'm going to say it again. Don't wait like I did. Oftentimes when we want to post and we want to share and you're not really sure what to share, my personal development, one of the vital behaviors, is what has truly kept things moving. It's kept me having things to share on social media. I love you. Go lay down. Thank you. Okay. So reading that personal development book, listening to a podcast, The Slight Edge is a really good one to start with. So is The Compound Effect, or Go Pro. Those are excellent books that are business oriented and marketing oriented without being overwhelming. They're easy to read, quick books. I would definitely start just 10 pages a day, 5 pages a day, whatever your time allotment is, do that, stick to it. You'll be able to grab things out of there that you can post and share. I do love things like The Slight Edge, Go Pro, Compound. But for me also, I put something for my heart in there that speaks to my heart, some kind of book. I had a hard time putting this into my life, and I will tell you, because I'm not a good reader. That's really vulnerable for me to share. You're driving bumpers. I'm not an awesome, strong reader. So it was, and I would buy all the books, but I didn't make the time to sit and do it. So what works for me, and everyone is different, but what works for me is I put it on Audible, so that when I was doing dishes, when I was doing laundry, when I was in the car, sitting in car writer, or driving to and from work, I listen, and I listen actively to that. And I'm like, oh yes. And this makes sense to me. And that's how I made it happen. When I was waiting to find time to read, I would fall asleep. So for me, having an actual book and reading doesn't work real well. So, but when I listen to it on Audible, I've read so many books. We have a monthly book club now. And so whatever the book is, I go in and I'm like, yeah, let's read it. Let's do it. And I've learned so much in doing that. So hopefully my struggle will help you. The other thing you need to do is keep track of this. Also, let my struggle be your not. Okay. This is the way I do it, and everyone has different, but this is our daily tracker. You want to track, like, you did your workouts. You also have your BOD app. You can log that on there, your Shakeology. Those are non-negotiables. You need to be the proof that the product is working. You need to be able to do it and talk about it when someone says, oh, have you done the new one? Well, no, but my girlfriend did, and she says it's awesome. So you want to be able to say, yeah, I'm working out. I'm doing the shakes with you. Check in with your BOD group, your 2 contacts, your 2 follow-ups. If you sign someone new, but this is just a great way to keep track of that. For me, I write everyone down that I talk to in the day. So in my notes, I write that down. For me, because I am slightly ADHD, slightly, I mean a lot, I have a planner. And so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I write down everyone that I talked to, who I followed up with. Maybe I write like what we talked about, when to follow up back. And they're like, oh, I'm not going to get to do that. Can you follow up with me on this day? Yes. So I put it in the notes on that day. Follow up with Lisa about blah, 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 blah. So I remember we all live busy lives, and I'm going to forget. If I don't write it down and keep track, I'm going to forget who I talked to and what I said and what did they say. And I can't keep all that in there. So keep track of it, whatever works for you. Some people use the computer and use Excel. Find something that works for you and stick with it consistently. I see a question. Okay. Yes, I love it. Audible is amazing. It has changed my life. Okay. So who are you to? So, we're almost there. Yay. Connect with your coach. Let them know that you watch the training. Get your two. Reach out to your people. I want you to make a list of your top 50 people. In our United Coach collaboration, there is a list. There's a print off there, or you can just write it down in a notebook. You don't have to be super fancy, but I go back to my list time and time again, and you'll have the people that are like your diehard people who are in it. And I just had a girlfriend. We have worked out for 4 years together. She has come to my class and said, no, I can't be a coach. No, I can't be. I want to be a coach, but I can't be a coach yet for all her reasons. And literally a month ago, she was like, I'm doing it. I'm in. So even if someone tells you no or not right now, that doesn't mean, it just means not right now. It doesn't mean not ever. And don't ever count them out, because even if it just may not be their season, they're still there. They're still talking to you. They're still in it. They're watching your story. They're watching what you do. So share your story. You are unique, and every one of those people I was with this weekend, we are all different. And some of us are strangely alike, but we all have a unique story to share. So share your story and be proud of it. If you're at the very beginning of your journey, that's awesome. Share that. Be like, oh my goodness, I got all these containers and I don't know what to do with them, but I'm learning, and this is how I do it, or this is how I made my shake. All those things are important. And sometimes we think like everyone is doing this because we're doing it and we follow a bunch of people who are doing it. But most people have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm talking Beachbody. Only we do. So if we don't go out there and share it with the world and share what you're passionate about and share what you're reading and how much you love it, no one's going to know. So be passionate about what you're doing. Love what you're doing, because if you love what you're doing, you will never work a day in your life. If you talk to people who are like, I got to go to work. So hard. I got to go to work. I've had jobs like that. Like, I'm going to go to work. Oh, I get to do this. I get to share it. We are so blessed. We are so blessed to have this opportunity. Don't hide it. Be proud of it. So grab your personal development. This is September's month. Book of the month was Eat That Frog. Also so good. I've had this book for 5 years and I just finished it this year. Thanks, Audible. That's it. It's embarrassing, but it's true. Okay, I think that's it. All right, so I'm going to stop my share. Sorry, we ran a little over on time, but if you want to, or if you need to ask questions, you can unmute yourself. I hope this was helpful. I know that was a lot in a short amount of time. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't wait for tomorrow. Go today. You can do this. Sometimes it takes a little bravery, maybe an energize, maybe it's a glass of wine, whatever your jam is. I just reach out and start having conversations. Share what you're doing. Make an impact in someone else's life. Because if we do that and share this opportunity with heart and being authentic to who you are, you will build your dream team. You will build the people who are going to be with you for the long haul. I want my team to be my best friends, to be the people that I can go to when I need something, to be the people to put me in check when I'm going stepping out. That's important too. So make your list of the people you want. Start reaching out, have conversations. Start with your 2 tomorrow. Reach out to 2. The next day, reach out to 2 more. And you are going to make this happen. Okay? All right. If no one has conversations, I'm going to end the call. We good? I know you can do this. I believe in you. If you think of things afterwards, feel free to message me or your coach. And I will see you on the United Coach collaboration page with your emerald sign saying, I did it. Okay. And I look forward to that. Have a good night.